No, ex-military. Works for an NGO now.
You got him on the line?
Exactly. He's on the ground now, actually. I should really, get back to it.
Of course. Go ahead. Oh, and Kate, send me a note later.
Thanks. Hello, Nathan? Sorry to keep you waiting. My editor. Where were we?
Hey, you were asking about the guy, the one that went back there, the guy that,
Ah, that's right. And did you know him well?
No, not really. He worked maintenance on our trucks.
He was employed by IDAP.
No, nothing like that. I mean, he just helped us out a few times. Off the book stuff. Guy was a local mechanic. Family business type thing, you know?
I see.
I remember he had a place on the edge of town, not far from our setup. We'd chat from time to time. He's a nice guy, friendly.
And do you know where he was going that day?
To the church.
He was going to church.
No, don't get me wrong. I mean, that place had been abandoned for almost a year. But he was looking for his brother.
At the church?
Yeah, there'd been reports of, pretty brutal firefight up there. He'd heard his brother might have been caught up in it.
Sure, but... And I'm not quite clear on this. Is his brother still alive?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't think he knew either. Seems like he was on his way to find out.
So, his brother, he was in the army?
Yes and no. It's complicated. You gotta remember it was pretty chaotic back then.
Of course. Okay, let's back up a bit.
Sure.
What complicated the situation?
Just the history of it all. His brother had been a recruit in the Altis Armed Forces, boot camp, basic training, you know. Well, this is back when NATO was still keeping the peace. But after U.S. forces pulled out, apparently he deserted.
Do you know why?
No, just... I know they argued a lot about it.
Was he upset that his brother had deserted?
Oh, no, he was no fan of the government. I mean, by that time, very few people were.
What, then?
I think he was just, I don't know, sick of all the violence. Didn't want to see his brother get caught up in all that.
In what?
More bloodshed.
So I've played a few campaigns now from the ArmA series, and that was quite an interesting beginning. So they don't give you any direct task, but obviously you can kind of pick it up from what the people are saying in that conversation. So this is the very start, and I'm currently playing as the character they were just talking about, and I assume it's a news reporter doing, and I'm looking for my brother at this current moment in time. Well then, that was interesting. So that was a interesting start, just emphasizing how landmines are a problem. Skype call? What's this about?
Hello? Kate speaking.
Hey, sorry about that. Call must have dropped. The network out here is garbage.
No problem. It's understandable. Are you still driving?
Yeah, we're not at the town yet. Hold on a sec. Andy, we almost there.
We're, a little ways out. Oh, and we need to make one quick stop, too.
Thanks, bud. So, where'd we get cut off?
You were telling me about the church. The landmine? The accident.
Right, yeah. Well, of course, a civilian casualty like that, particularly in church. I guess it kind of refocused our attention.
Had IDAP been particularly active in the area?
Yeah. I mean, our project had a handful of camps spread across the country. But yeah, I was in the town itself for a few months. It's all different now, though.
How so?
Well, for one thing, IDAP used to be based right in the heart of Oreo Castro. Of course, this was all pre-war. I remember, at that time, the local military maintained a checkpoint on the outskirts of town. That was understandable. I mean, the whole area was a kind of Wild West. Big mashup of civilian and guerrilla infrastructure. Disaster waiting to happen, really. I don't know. It's strange to see our camp based there now.
Hey, sorry about the holdup. We're on the way now.
All right, thanks, Andy.
So, what's your role there today?
Now, in general, look for Visual Bay. There was a lot of damage. IDAP fills the camp. Drinking water, basic medicine, post-war cleanup, and all.
And on the ground, how does that translate to your work?
It's a mixed bag. Like today, part demining, part unexploded ordnance disposal.
I see.
Heads up, Mac. Almost there.
Got it. Sorry about that. We're arriving now. Give me a sec.
All right, Mac. That's your stuff all laid out here.
Hold on just a sec, Kate. I need to get set up.
Take your time.
So I assume we'll be defusing some bombs now, which sounds fun.
All right, then. You got everything? Detector working? You, remember how to switch it on, right?
No? Haven't... okay. So we now have panels which you can look at to show where mines are. So I assume we just go past these barriers and scan for mines.
Hey, sorry, I forgot to mention, the demining toolkit, totally forgot to pack it up this morning.
That's no big deal. We're just locating the mines for now. Just keep me posted.
So I can see there's a bounding mine there.
Nathan?
Sure. For now, I'm just sweeping the road for mines, getting a lay of the land, you know. The detector lets us see what we're dealing with here. I can work and chat.
Yeah, I see one there. I see a April's mine there.
Question. What happens when you do find a landmine?
Ordinarily, we disarm it, but today, small oversight, we have got all our gear right now.
Oh, it's on the way, I hope.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, there's one right here somewhere. So yeah, there's definitely some mines up here.
So, since the war's now over, has your own role changed at all?
Yeah, I guess so. Now I'm almost entirely focused on EOD and UXO.
And that's something you did in the military too?
Yeah, that's the thing about mines. War or not, win, lose, they don't go away.
I see a mine there. I see another two in front actually.
How many minefields are you facing on Altis?
That we know of, 22. 23 including whatever's here. Plus you've got Stratis, another 4 over there, I think.
I see. And can you estimate, roughly, how long it would take to remove them all?
A lot of variables, but cleanup operation of this size, if it's only IDAP, we're talking years. Andy, I'm at the barricade.
Cool. And the road?
Yeah, it's what we thought. Dozen or so APs, nothing the old Bobcat can't handle.
Right, okay, so I guess the vehicle can push up.
How well do you remember the town?
You mean before it was destroyed? Vividly. Hey, quick tidbit for you. Oreo Castro means beautiful castle in the local lingo.
Oh, I didn't know that. Do you speak the language?
Not so much, only with the older generation. Not a problem now, though.
Oh?
Well, Oreo Castro's pretty much a ghost town. Nothing here but remnants of war and a couple of goats. And they aren't exactly great conversationalists.
I didn't even know you could do that in ArmA. That's pretty cool, I have to admit. So I guess the vehicles are pushing up right now. So what's our next task?
What do you hope to achieve in the town? What's your end goal?
You know, poke around, get rid of all the bad stuff, ERW, explosive remnants of war. In Oreo Castro, that'll be landmines and some leftover ordnance. Huh. I got a blocked door here.
Yep. NATO still hasn't gotten its ass into gear. I can make some calls, but,
I'll come back later.
Oh yeah, I see like a little kind of mortar right there. Let's mark that as a UXO, which is pretty cool. So really, that shouldn't actually blow up if you walk over it, because it's not the actual explosive, I guess. So I assume this is locked here. I guess we'll turn to the road. these hazy things here I can look into.
There was a beautiful oak tree here once, 300 years old. Folks used it as a meeting spot. They'd pin notes for one another on the trunk.
I heard when I was up here before, I heard the sound of being able to there, right there, fuzzy bit.
The people here, they didn't have much love for their army.
Why do you think that is?
History, I guess. This place never supported the military takeover, the Kavala coup and all that. Plus, stationing troops in the town, nobody believed the government's spin about training. They were seen as an occupying force there to keep a lid on things.
Okay, so we'll go back to the road and keep sweeping up the road. It's quite cool how they're using the flashbacks. I'd like to know how they actually do that. I assume this is a minefield, that's why they've marked it. Oh yeah. Oh, it's in this building, I think. Oh, this shows us that people have died here. We'll have to check that from the back.
The church, where the mines are, it's sealed off now.
By IDAP?
No, NATO. They lost some guys there in the firefight. One of their EODs is helping clear the place. Hey, Andy.
Yep. What's up?
What's the deal with the church? Can we get in or what?
Sorry, Mac. No dice. NATO's got first dibs. They're bringing their boys home. Bag and tag. Let's leave them to it.
I'll come back later.
The mechanic you've been telling me about, he and his brother, they'd always lived there.
In the town, you mean? Yeah, as far as I know. The family business, the garage, it kind of kept them rooted.
Okay, so we're going to check out this last one over here.
What do you hope to achieve in the town? What's your end goal?
You know, poke around, get rid of all the bad stuff, ERW, explosive remnants of war. In Oreo Castro, that'll be landmines and some leftover ordnance.
Okay, so we're just going to travel down to this last memory over here. Just have a quick look, but you can see even in the distance all the wind turbines have stopped moving, which I think is pretty cool. So it's up here to our left in this building somewhere. Yeah, it's right here. We got a landmine somewhere. Try and get a high advantage, just try and spot it. Yeah, I see it, it's unexploded. Just mortar around there.
By the way, Kate, I guess everyone there is pretty busy, you know, covering the peace talks?
At AAN?
Yeah.
It's quite hectic, yes. We're flying out a team, actually. Should be on the ground in the next few days.
Any insider info?
Well, it seems likely Nikos Panagopoulos will be the new president.
Really? That ex-guerrilla? Hell, Colonel Acantero's days must really be numbered.
Got some sort of unexploded device there, so we're gonna... Oh yeah, I see it just sticking out there.
Huh. Where a camp used to be.
Anything left?
Nothing. Just some old boxes here.
IDAPs.
Yeah. It was NATO that helped bring him in. Actually, it was one hell of a supply drop.
Adams? He went out alone?
From the way he told it, he may as well have. No, he went along with some new recruits, local bunch. It was his job to show him the ropes.
So, the supply drop, this was when exactly?
Right around the time we saw the ceasefire starting to break down. Must be more than a year ago now.
So, at that time, your camp was in the center of town?
Yeah, things were getting pretty desperate, though. I remember we hadn't been resupplied in months. No food, water, medicine. We were used to issues with logistics, but I don't know, in the end it got so bad U.S. forces prepared an airdrop. Not an easy task, considering, but those crates, they really were life and death. That's why we needed somebody on the ground. Someone to make sure they came down okay.
And who was that?
It was his job to locate a drop zone.
In the mountains?
Mm-hmm. Needless to say, High Command always had ideas, but they weren't always good. Plus, no one had planned for those crosswinds flaring up. But our supplies were already in the air.
He made a spur-of-the-moment decision?
Pretty much, yeah. Although he described it with more, direct language.
I guess we can take this vehicle then, just to... these are my recruits, I guess. So, it's our task, basically, the corner airdrop, but...
Something I'm not quite clear on.
Okay, so you have to find a suitable location, given the wind.
There must have been a reason.
Yeah, there was. A couple of weeks previously, guerrillas had ambushed a convoy. It was some dissident group out to sabotage the peace talks in Bohemia.
Location.
NATO
Force
intervened,
flight
and
crews
the
expected
whole
today.
thing just blew up. A checkpoint was hit. Protesters were fired upon at the MOD.
Yes, we were there.
Then you know how bad it got.
So I'm thinking probably the best location, given the wind, is probably Charlie.
And convincing
So we're
anybody
gonna head down there now.
troops to escort NGOs, just a total monster.
Tell me more about your friend. He was your liaison, right?
Right. But Adams and I had a history. We'd met on a previous deployment. This guy was your typical army lifer. Cynical, sarcastic, big heart, pissed off with everyone, everything, all the time. But he always seemed to know where to find a beer. And was always willing to share it.
So I'm currently playing as Adams right now.
A ways up the road from our encampment, there was a small forest. Forest drop zones when it was as good a spot as any.
Right, okay, I think we're gonna use this as our drop zone, then we're just gonna park up here. Do a quick scan the area. So they were talking about earlier about a ceasefire breaking down. So I'm just gonna be aware of that. I don't think there's much around here really. Oh, okay, hang on. So we got the wind direction. So we kind of want it northeast, don't we? Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Once he called in the airdrop, that was it. They just had to sit tight. Hope for the best.
One thing I don't understand, what were they doing there, all the way up in the mountains?
The town, Oreo Castro, this place has historic ties with the guerrillas. For years, people here would provide them with food, water.
I see.
The government responded by draining the swamp.
And that involved sending soldiers?
Yeah, coin ops. Adams and his guys were there to remind them of their R2P.
Just a sec, I'm getting a bit lost in the lingo here.
Oh, gotcha. R2P is their responsibility to protect. Counterinsurgency can get real messy real quick. He was in charge of training, laws of armed conflict, that kind of thing. Adams normally tossed out an orange smoke grenade, which marked his position for the pilot.
Already done. Alright, here comes the bird. So the crates are now coming in. This looks like the rice to me. Yeah, it says rice.
Thankfully, the rice seemed okay.
Guess take the vehicle down to that one by the building then. Actually, I think we've got one to our right. Oh yeah, we do. Grain then?
It wasn't uncommon for the sacks of grain to split on impact, but that time, we got lucky. He didn't lose a single one.
I'm gonna get my guys who can dismount.
Disembark. Take cover.
We'll just get them in cover basically.
Covering fire.
Although nothing for them to cover exactly yet.
The medical
But I know they said earlier on
where to see those arrive.
So they landed
about
safely.
how this area is
Yeah, they were
contested. So just keep my men alert basically. Oh shit.
No, the deal with airdrops, they're not exactly subtle.
No. guess. Push out to the building. Fucking hell. Moving some cover by the UAZ. Gonna do some rocks as well. Fuck, he's still engaging me. I think he's being eliminated. What men just told me. Still man that vehicle. Not anymore, is it not?
The guerrillas attacked.
Yeah, from what I heard, it was pretty intense. I don't have the numbers, but maybe 6 or 7 were killed.
These guys weren't messing around, were they? I think the wheels broke on this. Let's get back down to our men. Well, I think our vehicle was a little bit busted. I think the guys look pretty shaken up as well. Okay, we'll go and inspect this last crate then. Just cautious about my ammunition count. I haven't really got a lot of magazines or rounds. I think it's down here somewhere. Yeah, I can see it just there.
As I recall, the bottles of purified water were fine. We've been waiting on those for weeks.
And what happened when the supplies had been secured?
Adams would fire a flare. Back at the camp, of course, we'd heard all the gunfire, but that flare, when we spotted it, I don't know, felt like finding a moment of hope or something.
Sure. I can only imagine. And thanks for sharing. It puts a human perspective on my work. Speaking of which, your friend, do you think he'd be willing to contribute further? Even, off the record. What with the topic of my article, having an expert, an instructor on the laws of war.
Look, I'm sorry. I know he'd help out however he could, but listen, he died on Stratis. Year and a bit later. Landmine.
Well then, I guess Adams eventually dies, whether or not I get him killed or the story does. But I think that's quite an interesting campaign from Bohemia. Obviously there's a lot less focus on combat and more focus on the actual topic of the DLC, which is Laws of War. Yeah, it's pretty good, and it actually goes really in depth. I couldn't imagine a milsim like this, a mil sim game like this, to go so in depth into a character story. I think it really done it well. But anyway, guys, see you in the next episode.